This is Bishop Turner from the Seed of Abraham from Chicago. I wanna talk this morning very briefly about the killings in Chicago. New York is bigger than Chicago. Los Angeles is bigger than Chicago. But over the weekend, I want to show you this paper. I want you to look. I hope you can see it. 17 murders in Chicago over the weekend in the black community. Now, uh, they had over 75 injured, 17 killed. More killing in Chicago was did over in ISIS and Aleppo with the bombing and in the war. So Chicago is in a war crisis. I would say the President of the United States and the Congress need to declare uh, a safe zone for people in Chicago, and they have not did that. So when you got 17 people killed in one night over the weekend, 14, 15 killed, they laid them out. So that's what happened. So that's some of the stuff that's going on. So what I'm saying, we need to understand that over on the north side where the Cub game was played, didn't anybody get killed. You had over 5,000 police out at the Cub game in Lawndale and Inglewood and parts of Chicago didn't have no police. There was no police in the neighborhood. They was all at the Cubs game. So it's very important to talk about we're in crisis. It's emergency. It's emergency. And it's an SOS. Let me send that SOS. It's an S. That's SOS. I'm sending out an SOS. Hope you can see that. SOS, that means emergency. You need some help in Chicago with the killing. SOS. SOS. It's SOS. So we need help in Chicago. We need emergency. When it's up to 17 killings, when you got more gun smoke going on in Chicago than going on in the ISIS crisis. So we need some kind of help to fight the crime and what's going on within the city of Chicago. We need your help. So you need to call somebody and get involved with what we're talking about. I want you to go to YouTube, go to Blog Talk Radio. Excuse me. Been up, and we want to talk about the crime, and I'm asking you to get out the vote. Get out the vote. Get out the vote. Okay. 17 killed. 17 killed in Chicago. 17 killed in Chicago over the weekend, during the weekend. The weekend, I mean, this on the weekend. That's what we got to deal with, the crime that's going on, and the chief of police got to stop cutting up to my, it's the gang fault. It isn't the gang fault. It's their fault, not policing, getting in the community, doing what they do to police. 17 people was killed in Chicago, and over 75 was injured that was shot in Chicago over the weekend, the most violent weekend in Chicago, because all the police were pulled away from the neighborhood and they were pulled over to Sox Park. Over to Cub Park. The Cubs and the Indians playing. Well, nobody's seeing about the killing that's going on in Chicago. And that's one of the things that got to be. Somebody got to see about the mass killing that's going on in the city of Chicago, and ain't nobody doing that. And I think that's one of the most important things that we'll see about the killing that's going on in Chicago. Stop the killing, save the baby. But we got to go deep in that. We got to reach out and get somebody to vote. These politicians got to, these aldermen got to come involved, and they're not. We got to deal with those that are saying let's go vote, but the killing is study going on. It's very important to understand the drug addiction that's going on in our neighborhood and lack of people voting in our neighborhood. So you must go vote. Get the vote out, and as the vote get out, we will begin to do it. Now, here's where the chief of the FBI leaked some papers out at the last minute. There's a lot going on in our community across the nation. And Obama, 8 years, was like a disaster in some sense. And here's Jesse Jackson talking about Obama 8 years in the White House. And I might say something about Obama 8 years in the White House. What happened in them 8 years in the White House, and some of the stuff that happened. Obama 8 years stopped the killing, and since Obama, I want to talk about the 8 years of Obama in the White House. I want to talk about that. I want to share that with you. Now let's deal with Obama. President Obama had 8 years in the White House. Did 4, so we can, but apparently we didn't do what we supposed to do. So 8 years in the White House, we'd have had mass killings of blacks all over America since them 8 years. Since 8 years in the White House, we'd have had police kill at least 100 to 200 blacks, and they said they righteous kill. So his policy in his 8 years in the White House had been dreadlocked the first 4 years, and after he got free, he did not come back to the Hispanic neighborhood and the black neighborhood and give us some ability to move to the next level. The killings right now in Chicago, right now is over 1,000 people been killed, and it's rising. In Detroit, 500 people killed. More people being killed in Detroit and Chicago than New York, than Los Angeles, than the major big city, than Dallas. So we got a serious problem of government dealing with what they're supposed to do. What I'm saying, if the police department, along with the Justice Department, Homeland Security come together, if they can stop the bombing, they can stop the killings in Chicago. And when people get killed in Chicago, they never catch the killers. We had young man, 14, burnt alive. They don't even do that in third world countries. 12 shot and killed. Took them a year to find the murder. What is the law enforcement doing in Chicago not right? One of the things they're doing, they're not getting in the neighborhood, not communicating in the neighborhood. And they got all white. They got all white officers and a few black officers. So it needs to be a black and white together. My subject is Obama, 8 years. Obama, 8 years. Okay. See, America is better after Obama, 8 years. Okay. I want to say America must be better off after 8 years of Obama. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm gonna talk about that because I don't see that, and I see where, in some sense, it is, but in the sense America must be better off after Obama, 8 years. Okay? Now, I don't see that after 8 years, America is better for the rich. And I think I can say that. The American better off. Better off after a is I agree with that. And America must be better off after Obama. Now, if it's going to foreign policy, Obama did good in foreign policy. But going into urban politics, he didn't know. He didn't do anything to help the urban community, Chicago, Mississippi, Arkansas. He did great things for the gays. He got the gay bill passed. He did wonders for the gay community. They gave him big money, and he come through for the gay community. That he got the gay bill passed. He got a law that gays can get married. Obama did all that. His 8 years he did that. But in that 8 years, more blacks was killed in the inner city, in the inner city of Chicago, and bombing went on, and they have not been talked about. Now, in the 8 years of his presidency, I don't see where he brought a lot of Obamacare, but I'm talking about In the inner city of Chicago, you got 75% of young blacks don't have jobs now. So we still in Detroit, Chicago, some parts of Minnesota, some parts of Jackson, Mississippi, don't have jobs. So when you don't have jobs, it's in Chicago where it's so violent, it's no job. And this is his home state, home. So after 8 years, it's better for rich people, it's better for people that is doing good, it's better, but it's worse for the poor and the blacks. It's not better for black men. It's not better for black women. You know, and if you look at what's happening, we have lost some of the gains that we gained in the 60s. Jobs, economic, construction jobs, business jobs. We lost a lot of that in the 8 years. In 8 years, we didn't have nobody to speak for us. We let our lives go on that we wouldn't let go on if it had been a white president in office. We turn our heads to lots of things that happened when we should have been marching on the White House saying give us some jobs, give us economic development. We turn our back hoping Obama will come through for the mass of poor people, but he wasn't speaking for the poor people. He did more for people overseas. Housing, the death of Bin Laden, the death of, you know what I'm saying? All of this happened under his watch, but under his watch, all the killing took place. And that's the note that the killing took place. After the killing took place, okay, America is much better after Obama 8 years. In some senses better, in some senses worse. What I'm talking about, it's not better for the working black man because jobs still, you still don't have jobs. You still have low wages. Okay, it's good that he saved the country. He saved the white folk. He saved the white folk from this country going into bankruptcy. He did that. But at the same time, President Obama did not come into the black community like he should and see what was the need of our industry, our business. He said it, but the jobs he got, white women got those jobs for Bernardo. Black men didn't get the job, and then nobody deal with the drugs that was coming in his country. Under his administration, he didn't get a bill passed to stop assault weapon. He didn't get that passed, and he went to every shooting he went. When the shooting was in Chicago, he did not come. He didn't come to Inglewood, didn't come to Lawndale, didn't come in none of the black neighborhoods that put him in office. Now that's the real story. After 8 years, I can sum up that corporate America, was saved by President Obama. But the working and the low class is still there. We still in the trenches. And Donald Trump said that blacks ain't got nothing to lose. He was telling the truth because the Democrats ain't did no more than the Republicans for us. The Republicans stopped the jobs bill. The Republicans stopped the farmers bill. But Obama didn't pounce on it. He did not fight Congress. He laid down to what they was doing for 4 years. They argued and fussed and shut the government down. He didn't never raise up and went to the neighborhood. I want 10,000 to come to Washington to let the Senate and Congress know that I'm not going to take this. He was passive, and he's still passive. And when they got ready to kill Muammar Gaddafi, it could have been done another way. When they got ready to kill Saddam Hussein, it could have been done another way. But they had blood in their eyes with the passing, with Okan, the pipeline through South Dakota that messed up the system. Obama signed the bill. Obama signed the bill that a caskets, that so many caskets, if the Homeland Security got, if it's a mass accident, plastic casket, who's getting the money? Who's making the casket? Who's making the bombs? Over $1 trillion worth of bombs been dropped already. Our income is over $28 trillion that the government have spent, but none of it come to the working man. None of it come. You know, and the important thing, when you sum up, is America better after 8 years? On the rich is better. On the poor is worse. So what I'm saying, you ain't felt nothing by Obama being in there. It ain't got better. More blacks going to jail, more blacks getting shot with their hands up. The government ain't come in, and I want to share with you, the UN come in and chastise America for not dealing with the violence with the police. Say it's a racial thing in America. Now this is the UN, and they police around the world. America is not dealing with the police that's shooting black men in America. It's still going on. And ain't nobody went to the UN and said, what's your proposal? The UN said, and they did a document, this is what they said, under Obama administration, blacks are being killed unproportionately. Since blacks are being killed, like they're hunted down like terrorists, and it's unacceptable for the killing because the American government is not dealing with the tactics, with the guerrilla tactics that the police and the unions are doing on young black men in America, being shot and killed. And this is some of the stuff that Obama, he didn't happen in his administration. So I wanted to share with you, after 8 years of administration, a loss over 100%, and 2%, 10% didn't help the black community at all. Okay, so America is better if you $100,000 you making money, you better. If you trying to work, it's worse because jobs left America going to Texas and leaving Texas, going to Mexico, going to India, going to Russia, going all over the country. And he ain't dealt with that trade. So that's some of the stuff that happened. I want to say to you this morning, stop the killing, say the rape. So the only way, I'm going with Dr. Martin Luther King said. Dr. King said the only way to deal with the crime in America is that the voting, the politician, the preacher, and the police department, along with Congress, come to the solution and give more jobs. When a man don't have a job, he gonna do anything to survive for his family. And what's happening, we got young black men from 15 up to 17 up to 20 up to 40 can't get jobs. So they selling dope, they're selling crap, they're breaking in and killing each other. But this is part of the divine system that is set up by our government because they can stop it. Homeland Security can come in Chicago along with the FBI and create some jobs, create some kind of help program to help. And Obama didn't deal with the AIDS question. When you got people dying of AIDS, you got people right here dying of syphilis. You got 40% in Georgia got HIV. Women got HIV. You got men got AIDS, got herpes, got all the near disease. And Obama government did not. Obama 8 years did not deal with the health department. They dealt with disease overseas, but I'm talking about the disease that's here in America because Americans are not properly dealing with it. And Obama administration did not deal, Arne Duncan did not deal with education fairly in America. We got kids out of school that can't read, can't write, and the Board of Education studies sending money to these places, and Arne Duncan didn't come to deal with the children being shot, killed in the school. Arne Duncan was on Obama, he was over education. He never did do nothing, and then he didn't do nothing with the private school, he didn't do nothing with the private school, he didn't do nothing with the public school. Now, after he got out of office, he wanted to come and do something about the killing. He was in the power to do something about killing when he was in Washington. Arne Duncan, along with Obama administration, they failed the education system. They failed the health question with people dying of cancer, TB, tuberculosis. They failed with the medical community because the medical community and the insurance is ripping people off and they ain't been regulated. The pharmaceutical company is doing what they want to do with the citizens. They're not being regulated. So they need to be regulated. That's one of the things they need to be regulated. Until they get regulated, and that's what's happening. Obama did not do nothing. 8 years in office, did not deal with the medical. 8 years in office, did not deal with the zero disease. Eight years in office, did not deal with education. Arne Duncan was over education, and Arne Duncan didn't come to Chicago now time to stop the killing and the crime. Okay, now we on.
Ask me the question.
Okay, what you think? Have a seat. Okay. Now, what you think about Obama? 8 years in the White House. Tell me something you think that happened in the White House with Obama.
Well, the thing is, I'm going to mention some positive things
Yeah.
that people sometimes forget. Obama went in office, unemployment was between 8 to 9%.
Okay.
Hourly wage was at $7.25, went up to $8.25, and 3-4 years it's supposed to go up to between 10 and 12 hourly wage increase. He stopped. He got just about all the troops out of Iraq. If it was a Republican president, we'd be in Iraq and Syria fighting for the last 2-3 years with the U.S. military involved. We got people over there, but it's just for military experience and helping out the Iraq and the Syrians to drive out ISIS. What else has he done?
What about education?
Education, he tried to get first 2 years of college free for all people and all students that qualify. Let's see, there's one more, the health plan. Between 60 and 70 years, there was no U.S. health plan, and Obama come in and they come up with the Affordable Care Act, otherwise known as Obamacare. He got it off the ground after 60, 70 years. The other presidents had tried to do it, and Obama come in and he did it. Now there's all kind of stuff going on, and they raise the prices. I worked downtown at a job. Every year it was going up at least $1,000 health care plan. Obama put it in, and they could get health insurance at lower prices and with pre-existing conditions that still take you, as long as you qualify. That's all I have to say.
Well, I want to introduce him. Now, give your name.
Gil Medina.
Okay, Gil Medina.
Former aide to State Senator Don Trotter.
Okay, Gil, I want to introduce him. Do you think Obama did a better job for the 8 years? You sum it up. What Obama did, you did. I know he brought the country back, but did it do something for the poor and Hispanic and the black people did he help them on his way?
Well, I can't say positively that he helped them, but if he would have got help from the Congress, I'm talking about Republicans, U.S. senators,
Talking about the senators?
U.S. representatives, U.S. senators, Republican, if we would have got some help from them, like 1930s when Franklin Delano Roosevelt was president, he created a jobs plan where they hire quite a few U.S. citizens to fix highways, U.S. highways, bridges, all structural stuff that U.S. federal government should be doing. No help from the Republicans. How could he get it done? They're to blame.
But
Everything Obama come up with,
They
good
fault.
plans, yes, because of the U.S. Republican Congress.
Well, I want people to get out and vote and for this to come out. But I want to say this too, that if Obama had the help from the Senate and the
Representatives.
the House of Representatives, the House of Congress, he could have did a better job. He could have did more. But they was blocking him every step of the way.
Right.
But I can sum up that he did a good job, but he didn't do what he ought to do for the mass of all the people
Right.
because he was handcuffed. Okay.
Well, in another opinion, he could have been able to do something for immigration, people that are illegally here, but no help from the Republicans. He tried to get Obamacare first and then work with the immigration reform.
I want to ask you this because people listen. What about the Gun Act? That they didn't get in his administration. They did not pass assault weapon bill. They couldn't get it through. 8 years he couldn't get it through.
Well, that's NRA got a lot to do with that because they sell so many guns and they don't properly check the people that are buying the guns for mental issues and other stuff that persons have done in the past. They check them thoroughly. There wouldn't be so many guns out in the street, especially persons buying a great amount of guns, rifles and so forth, and then passing them out to kids. They pay $30, $40, $50 or more, and they sell them for twice what they're worth. And the bad people are buying them guns from people that are doing bad for the country by selling all these guns to the young kids.
So what about the drug? That I was told that it's a drug problem in America. You got more people hooked on crack cocaine and pills, and the Washington had monitored the pharmaceutical company. They haven't stopped the flow of drugs from across the border. These 8 years, it's been a gold mine for the drug dealers and the pharmaceuticals. They got trillions of dollars off the government, for the government not monitoring them for these 8 years. What you said about that?
Well, they say you got to tighten up the borders, but then drug dealers, they find one way or other to get them drugs in this country. There's so many ways for people to try to get the drugs in, and a lot of them are being arrested daily, and they figure a lot of these young kids are making real good money selling drugs, so that's why so many kids are getting into that professional racket, whatever you want to call it.
I want to ask you this. How do you see a Donald Trump presidency? How do you see a Hillary Clinton? If Donald Trump get it, what do you see?
Well, I see like a nationalist country. If Trump gets in there, I see more or less. I see a racist or bigoted person in Donald Trump. He's not for all the America, all the U.S. citizens.
You feel that?
He's just for the people that are on the right side of the Democrat or Republican.
I want to. Do you feel that Russia would play a part in America if Trump be the president?
Well, it's hard to say at this point, but they're checking them out now. I've heard on TV they're checking them
I
out.
want to ask you this: what kind of president would be if Hillary Rodham Clinton get it? What you think will happen?
Well, a lot of people saying that she's going to follow up President Obama's policies, but I'm sure she's going to have her own ideas. First of all, she's got to try to fix that Obamacare, because that's helping a lot of poor people. A lot of people get their health insurance. And I'm sure, like I said before, she's got a lot of good ideas. She just has to get a lot of good people to work with her in her administration. She just can't, get experienced people.
So what you're saying, Hillary would be better as the president for the United States, for international, to bring the country back together.
Right. Trump is for getting along with people that pleases him. Some country doesn't agree with him, he'll just ignore them. And Hillary is out for getting other countries to follow up and with NATO and
Coalition.
so forth. You're right. And
Okay.
this way we'll keep going in the right direction. With Trump, you never know what that guy's up to.
So
Just
you're
like Putin from Russia, you never know what that guy's up to, and not all the countries are behind Putin. Just a few that are, and with Hillary, you get all the other countries that have been following up with President Obama.
so you feel that Hillary will carry on Obama's wishes and make America be like it ought to be. And I want to deal with this end. Whoever gets to be the president, they got to deal with the bridges and the roads, and that's going on across this country.
Yes, that's you have to get along with other people in your country and not make enemies, and then things go from bad to worse. You have to have friends,
So Obama did more internationally to make friends across the water than any president. Would you say that?
Well, I say he's going out his way to get along with other countries. Specifically, like with Cuba, we hadn't been in good order with Cuba.
Is that a good thing?
Yes, I believe so. It's better to have a friend than an enemy.
Okay.
We've got along better now with Iran and Iraq. Obama cleared up a big mess they had down there. We should never got involved in Iraq's business.
Yeah.
But former president or ex-president just thought they were weapons of mass destruction, and they were never found. To this day, they haven't been found. That was one of U.S. history's worst
Messes,
moves,
yeah.
worst decisions.
Do you think behind that ISIS came because of what happened to Muammar Gaddafi and what happened down there? The armies got together and created the name ISIS to fight America?
Well, that's all. I point to former president or ex-president opening up that big can of worms. Because after we got involved in Iraq, that's when everything else popped up. Problems in Afghanistan, problems in Syria, and all over in various parts of the area of the country, or area of the world. Right.
Well, Russia have been a big thorn in Obama administration.
Right.
Russia have been right there fighting real hard. So, what you think would happen with Hillary Clinton and Putin presidency?
What do you mean? Putin is favoring Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Well, that's got to be proven, but stranger things have happened. We just have to wait and see after Trump investigated if he got businesses over there, and also his former top aide, one of his top aides, Manafort, he's being investigated. So we'll just have to wait and see what develops in that regard.
Brother Gill, I thank you for this interview that come. This Brother Gill, he's giving out what's happening across the world. You have anything to say about the killings in Chicago before we wrap this up? What you think, what we need to stop the killings that's going on over Chicago? This weekend we had 17 killed. Here's the paper here. They said we had, how many we had? We had 17 killed over the weekend and 117 injured. What do you think is the solution to that?
Well,
under Obama administration.
right. Well, the only thing I could say, and you know, these things I mentioned been talked about for the last 10 years or more. Better community policing.
Better
Tell
community
the
police.
policemen what's going on.
That
if
walk
they
in the
know.
neighborhood in the beat.
Right.
Okay.
More policemen to be hired. There's various things that could help, but them kids that are creating all these problems, killing people and wounding people, they have mothers and they have fathers. Parents have to get more involved with their kids. My mother used to tell me when I was a young kid, whoever you hang around with, they're good people, fine. If the bad people get involved, you're going to go down the wrong direction. So try to stay with people that you can believe in and people believe in you. Don't try to, do things all by yourself. You got to notice who the people are that you're hanging around with. But the main pressure has to be put on the mother and the father.
Family.
Watch what their kids are doing, who they hang around with, and this and that, That's about all I could say at
Well,
this time. And the main thing is also, well, not the main thing, but the mayor has to find a way to hire more policemen. We don't need a policeman on every corner, but where there's a fire, the firemen have to go, and where there's most crime,
police got to
police
go.
have to go.
Because over at Cub Park, they had 2,000 police over there.
Right.
So the neighborhood was lacking policemen this weekend.
Right.
So that could have been part of the problem.
Right.
Well, I want to thank Brother Gill here. He come here on YouTube. We're going to be on YouTube. Them that want to watch it. And it's the name of this show would be, I had it wrote down right here. I want to show you. American must be better off after 8 years Obama. That's what's going to be the subject of this interview. Okay, listen to it. I want to thank Brother Gill. This is Bishop Turner coming to you live right here in Chicago. And Chicago is the greatest. Go Cubs. I'm going to say go Cubs. I'm going to say go in here. And this is a Cub fan here. So we're looking for success. I'm looking for success from Cleveland and Chicago. So anyone win, I'm still a winner. Because I like both of them. Okay.
We need to watch